Cal and Washington. We've got Washington 21-point home favorite, 62.5 being the total in this game. Washington, not a team I'm really looking to fade. That being said, we've got Cal in this role where under Justin Wilcox, this has been their role. Underdogs, especially double digits. Cal's been good covering these kind of numbers. We'll see if they can do that here in this game. Remember, against Auburn, 5-point dogs. The one try they were dogs this year. They probably should have won that game against Auburn. They lost 14-10. I want to see what's going to happen here with this Cal offense. They went at this breakneck pace against North Texas, and I took the over, and I really liked the over against Auburn. And they were slowing the thing down all over again. They took the air, like they wound the play clock right down to 0 before they snapped the ball. And I'm like, what happened to this up-tempo offense I saw against North Texas? And they did away with it against Auburn, and the game easily stayed under in that game. So if I can read some stuff that they're going to try to play fast again, I might get to the over, because I don't think Cal's going to have an easy time stopping Washington and stopping this great passing attack. Michael Penix just continues to just be terrific. Wow. Yeah. Is this guy really having some kind of season? I mean, it's just this passing game is just electrifying right now for Washington. Fun to watch, fun to see how good they are throwing the football. Number 1 in the country at 493 passing yards per game. And when you look at the Cal defense here so far this year, they are a little bit weaker against the pass. So that doesn't bode well here for the Cal defense. Being said, I don't want to ever bet against Wilcox getting this number of points. This has been his role. He's been just a gem as an underdog, especially a bigger one. So maybe the over for me. If I see that Cal's maybe going to crank up some tempo again, they are going to have to get better quarterback play. They have had some quarterback injuries. Sam Jackson's been banged up. Ben Finley, they've also used him when Jackson hasn't been healthy. They're going to have to play. Whoever's at quarterback, they're going to have to play well here if they're going to trade points with Washington. What do you think here, Con?
Yeah, I mean, can they trade points here? Like Michigan State was just awful. I thought they could score at least another more touchdown there to get that over. That was a loss I had. I had over 55. I thought, the score might have been that, but they get a couple scores. But they did not. 41-7. And you mentioned it's just like men amongst boys with Penix Jr. this year. He's just dominating. Or at home, well, I keep going back. Is Washington's defense this improved? I just think it's too early to say. Michigan State's horrible. They beat up on Tulsa. We just saw Tulsa get beat down by Oklahoma. Yeah. I think Cal's pretty good. And you mentioned I love them as a dog with Wilcox. So I'm looking at the points here over 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, there's just so many.
And both have been good. Real quick, you mentioned Jackson and Finley. Both have been all right.
Yeah.
So it seems like they both can get the job done. So I'm not so sure quarterback, which one will play.
Yeah, I mean, last year these teams met, and it was Penix, remember? And the game was at Cal last year, but 28-21. Cal covers as 7.5-point home underdogs. So that's a lot of points for Washington in this spot, quite honestly.
And normally we want Cal at home, the dog. That's how they've been really great, but this is a lot.
It is a lot. Like I say, I might get to the over if I see Cal's going to play with some pace again, which they did not against Auburn, and that surprised me.